she was.
Yes.
And then, you know, my client absolutely swears that she feels her
That
on
she
the bed.
feels the dog. Wow,
She does.
I think that's wonderful.
Yes.
And it's so nice to know that somehow they go on. And
Oh, yes.
they still love us. How can you take away that love?
Love
Because
is what binds everything.
it is,
Love
isn't
is
it?
the energy that gives a flow to everything.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
And so it is. That is why when people cook, everybody can make follow an ingredients, follow a recipe, and bake or cook the same item, but it's not going to taste the same when it's cooked by two different people.
So what is it that we put in to the food? It's pretty highly magnetic, isn't it?
It is.
Food is, and so I always say, please don't cook if you're in a bad mood. Because the food absorbs it, you know. And you know, some of the cooks that I've seen, you know, have a little anger there, but anyone can. So I always have said when my kids would cook or everything, they insist that we were in a harmonious state.
Harmonious
and
state.
that to actually, you know.
After all, it's nutrition that we're going to be giving back into our body.
Yes.
And so if it is enveloped with the feeling of love, it will go back and bless us.
Yes,
you know?
that's right.
Absolutely. You know, that, just like they say, don't eat when you're angry either.
Oh, now why is that?
Because it's Western science is proving it. Certain chemicals change inside, and the digestive juices, everything that comes out is different if you are in an explosive mood or angry and eating versus you're calm and in a loving environment. Different chemicals come out.
So different chemicals could interact with the food and probably wouldn't get the nourishment that we get.
Exactly.
Right.
Or they act as acids which are negative for the body versus the acids which are positive for the body for the breakdown of the food.
I see.
Oh, absolutely. Just like, you know, I think they also had a while back discovered that the tears of joy have a different chemical properties to tears that pour from the eyes when a person is sad.
Really? No, I didn't know that, but I can understand that.
Yes.
So they analyze the tears
and the chemical composition is totally different.
I know that certain things they can see light up in the brain now.
Yes.
You know, at different lights and different ways, and tell them a lot about it.
Exactly.
So a lot of things are really scientifically being shown
proven
now, what has been said
for years.
Times. I know.
Exactly.
I know. It's really amazing time to be. Now I want to go back to eating once before we show our humorous, wonderful graphic art here.
Oh, I'm just so curious about it.
Yeah, I know, I'm building it up.
Oh, good.
So I want to go back to, I knew some people from India that didn't talk when they ate. Is there a certain, is that, I mean, because we, you know, family get together and talk and chat and all, and I wondered if you knew anything about that.
Yes, I do.
Would you
there's also a fast that you can do. There are different Ayurvedic principles for each action that you take, that a body or a human being goes through. And the reason that you allow yourself to eat in silence, it incorporates just you focusing from inside with your body on just the food and just the element, and you have all your senses only involved with the intake of the nutrition, because it's nourishment that you're providing your body.
And so that would go along with what you said about, you know, the chemicals?
Exactly, encouraging the right kind of actions from inside your digestive tract, you know, and all the chemicals that start working on the food the moment it plops in your stomach through the esophagus. So yes, there is. When we were younger and would eat at our grandpa's, we weren't really allowed to talk much. You know?
Didn't talk. This was in India at your grandpa's.
Yes, when I was a little girl at our grandfather's house, for sure. People didn't talk much. They would just eat in silence. Everybody was happy. It wasn't like they were just being, you know, forced to be quiet. But if one wanted to speak, there was no discouragement. But I grew up where everyone was discussing everything, and politics would be discussed when we were eating food, and my father would be getting all heated up, and my mother would be getting, okay, nobody get heated up.
No kind of chemistry there. Well, I know that my great-grandfather had 12 children.
Oh, wow.
And he was very strict, and he was small, and he was in business, and all he had to do was sit. They were French from Canada, and all he had to do, I'm told, was sit there.
That's it.
And if they said anything, I'd just look at them. So that was a very different kind of silence. That was very, I don't
fearful.
know,
That would be fear, because
and
if
kick them under the table and stuff like that. So that's very, you know, what it would seem that would release some.
That would absolutely fear would be coming up.
Yeah.
You know?
So it was very, you might say, Victorian in a certain way then.
Yeah.
At that time.
Oh,
and
that
that's
is
not
sad.
anything like what you're talking
No,
about.
no, it's just because you're eating, so you're going to incorporate all your senses in the process of enjoying your meal.
Well, we did a meditation in one of my classes, and maybe you have too, where we did, it was an eating meditation.
Oh, an eating
meditation. And it was becoming
meditation.
very aware of everything we ate and how it tasted and quietly, and it was very beautiful. It was very wonderful.
So you all had a meal while meditating?
We had a
or
meal.
after
They loved
meditation?
that class.
Oh,
We had
of course.
meals. But it was like during that we really, you know, kind of analyzed it in a good way, what we were doing, and became aware of what we were eating, how it tasted. And anyone can even think of what a lemon juice would, biting into a lemon at any time, and you'll begin to salivate.
Exactly.
So there are amazing reactions.
Oh, absolutely. Especially the lemon. It's interesting that you bring it up, because in Ayurvedic medicine and in foods, they really treat the lemon in a very strong way. It is, if you have the juice of a lemon every day with different ingredients, it's very healthy.
Oh, really?
And that's true. It's a source of vitamin C. So it helps with digestion, it helps with your skin, it helps with a lot of different things.
Well, everyone I know is going to have a lot of lemonade
now.
But you know, let's take a look at this before we talk a little bit more about what you're doing and invite callers to start calling in. This is wonderful. I didn't mention, and I wasn't going to, but I always mention what I don't think I'm going to, that I called you on Monday because we had a cancellation for the show, and you hopped in your car this morning and came all the way down from the Bay Area to grace us, and I'm so thankful.
My pleasure.
For that.
It's so fun to meet everyone.
Isn't it
and
wonderful?
You do have a lovely energy with the crew. They're just wonderful people.
It's a great place, a great station. Okay, this is Art Kappelman's graphic art, and this is, I'm going to hold this up, kind of humorous. And I'm not going to read it all, but it has to do with the show, needing something spiritual and coming in. And
how cute.
We have so much fun here with our crew, too, afterward.
Oh, that's so cute.
Isn't that wonderful artwork, though? Look at that. I can see why he really... And we've got it in there so people can read it if you'd like to.
Listen to Martha. See those paintings.
That was the best part.
Yes. Let us connect.
Yeah,
that's
isn't that wonderful?
Sweet.
So I just wanted to show that and see the talented people that we have here.
Wonderful.
On our show.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, let's just see about
Art,
what
that
you...
is beautiful.
It is.
So
It's
cute.
wonderful, Art. Thank you so much for being you, coming into this world.
Exactly.
Coming to our show. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about what you've been doing lately.
Lately, I'm still doing readings for people over the phone, in person, whatever works, you know.
Okay.
And clients have called me from many different countries recently. And I've been holding a few workshops, and they are based on meditation, because I just kind of took the common questions many people asked me. And I said, well, you know what, there seems to be a need for this. So I began basic meditation workshops. So they've been taken pretty well, so it's interesting. It's interesting to see how people develop an interest in it.
And now you were saying that you also do readings and things, not for everyday kind of things, don't you? And you had a great story that you were telling me about helping someone in Las Vegas. Since we're having, was it Las Vegas? Reno. And since we're having fun this morning, I'd like to let people know in a light way how important it is when you go to your medium to follow through. So we're having fun tonight, so let's do that. And then we're going to invite people to start calling for little readings. Usha brought her cards tonight.
Yes, I did
today. Can you hold those up?
Sure, absolutely.
She, the last time you were here, did little readings with those cards. Can you tell us, we're going to tell that story in a minute, but I'm always changing. Did you tell us a little bit about those cards and how they work?
Oh, these are playing cards.
Yes.
When I was a teenager, I was learning to do tarot, and my grandma told me if I wanted to find true love, to to bury my tarot, so I went and buried them.
You buried them?
Well, cards
Wow.
incorporate energy, so they do become an entity in themselves.
Yes.
And so when you're used with the deck,
Your hands are. Take a look there.
Oh,
And hold
okay.
them. Yeah.
So
Look at there. You go.
These are the playing cards.
And
These
so
are regular playing cards.
So
now.
so what kind of reading is that called?
It's called